Good morning. If you're just now joining us, we want to thank you for being a part of our devotions each morning. Uh, just a little announcement to some of you who may not know. Al Ray Taylor's wife, Carrie, passed away last night about 1 o'clock. She had been suffering from an abscess in the brain, and evidently it threw her into a coma, and there was nothing the doctors could do at St. Vincent's. So we want to pray for the family and friends that are at this time grieving as well. Carrie was a special lady. This morning, I was writing my article for our newsletter, and I knew that in times like these, you have to be very careful about how you word things. You don't want to offend, but yet you also want to tell the truth. And it's very hard today to decide what truth is with all the things going on in the media. But R.E. Clark wrote a little article about that in Life is Not a Snapshot. It's entitled Too Many Words. The average person speaks around 371 million words in a lifetime. If you're like me, you may have been around people on both ends of that spectrum. I wonder if some folks have anything to say and others seem to never stop talking. I know what you're thinking. That's sure the pot calling the kettle black since you are a preacher. Certainly there have been some times in my preaching days that I was long past being through before I ever shut up, but I think I'm getting better after a few thousand sermons. Jesus delivered one of the greatest sermons in barely 700 words as it is translated in Luke's Gospel. Imagine that. The entirety of the greatest teachings of Jesus can be read in just a few minutes. Yet we can sometimes get enamored over much speech. Though there are a few words in the Sermon on the Mount, or as they are better known, the Beatitudes, Jesus clearly warned of the danger of not hearing them. Whoever comes to me and hears my sayings and does them, I will show you whom he is like. He is like a man building a house who dug deep and laid the foundation on the rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently against that house, and you could not shake it, for it was found on the rock. But he who heard and did nothing is like a man who built a house on the earth without a foundation, against which the stream beat vehemently, and immediately it fell. And the ruin of that house was great. That's found in Luke 6:47 through 49. I'm not sure that we think about the parable of the two builders in the context of hearing, because the parable speaks so much about doing the building. We miss what is the foundational truth of that teaching. And I do mean foundational here. Clearly, the foundations are laid in our hearing concerning what Jesus said nearly 2,000 years ago in less than 700 words. The truths of the Sermon on the Mount are what dig deep to give us a sure footing for all that we will build with our own speeches throughout this life of 370 million words. It's not that what we say it has no importance. It's just that none of it will last if it is not built on the words of Christ. Words aren't tested in the moment they pass the lips, but when the storm comes into the lives of those to whom we have spoken. Choose your words carefully. Someone's building a foundation out of them. And that's true. Our children, our grandchildren, our friends, our relations, they all listen to what we say. Is what we're saying helping to build a foundation for the times of trouble? God bless you. Have a great day, and I'll be praying for you today.